All right, well, since you lost it, I bet you this guy has it and he found it, and I'm pretty sure this is him. Let's welcome back to the show, after a 5-year freaking absent, where the hell you been hiding, the one, the only, Mr. Nadir the Priest. Is this you?
This is me, man. Can you hear me okay? Because I'm in a weird area, so.
You're good. I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Where the hell you been hiding,
awesome.
man?
Great. Oh, awesome to be back, man. How you doing?
Good, man. It's been, dude, it's like literally, like in 2 weeks would be 5 years since the last time you were on the show.
Really? It's been that long, huh?
It's been that long, I know. I'm a little freaked out by that.
Three of those I was locked in a studio, believe it or not. So that's good. And the
that's
two,
good.
well, I don't know. It's just been, I guess we haven't been able to connect, but here we are.
Did you like go off the grid for a little bit off Facebook and all that?
No, you know what? What happened was that I have several accounts on Facebook, and this whole political thing just started getting a little bit out of control. Not a little bit. It got really out of control, where somebody was already trying to, making really crazy ass threats. Oh
God.
And so what I wanted to do is just to kind of like eliminate myself from the political part of it, and so I ended up closing all my Facebook pages because of the way that Facebook was behaving towards me and blocking me and putting me in jail all the time, and just not doing the narrative, and I just had to basically just kind of get out of it. But I was done with the album already at that time, so this was more where it was just affecting me in other ways, and I don't need that. I have other shit. I'm too busy to be getting into it with people. So,
but that's the part that's crazy. Like with this whole, like, all right, like for a person like you who's all right. So obviously you got some political opinions, but on the flip side, you got like your baby over there, London, and this, especially if it was like at the time where the album was actually coming out, and then Facebook's putting you in jail or blocking your account, and you can't promote what the hell you're doing. It's like, what is going on here?
Oh, they don't care about that unless you buy their campaigns or you're heavily involved with them. They're always peddling campaigns to the point where you're not doing even a campaign, and you're in that area just inquiring, and all of a sudden you get a bill for let's say $25 for a campaign that you didn't order. So it was really weird stuff happening. So and then if you don't comply, then I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they manage to handle people in such mass quantities to be able to. They filter everything. It's incredible how, and right now they just got their app shut down by iPhone. So they had a problem with that. You saw that, right? There was an app where they were tracking everything we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's just in the news tonight, and it's been on since this morning, where they suspended this application that they use on Messenger, and because of the way they're handling this. They're like basically just, getting out of control.
It is.
So I left it. And I came back with this little old page that I had with a couple of minimal people, and trying to stay, relevant. But Facebook is not going to stress my life. You know what I mean? I think that it's more like a really, like, almost like a tweaker thing, where if you don't feel like checking, if you don't check your messages or your screen, you're like totally like, oh my God, it's really bizarre how that works. Or is it just me?
No, it's not. It's not.
Dude, like, it's impulsive,
It is. It's weird. Like, before all social media like really happened, like I used to sit in front of my computer and I'd be sitting there like on Metal Sludge and just waiting for like news to happen or something instant to happen, and it was like it wasn't happening. And then social media came, and it's like, oh my God! And now it's like all this instant gratification. So I'm sitting there on Facebook and Instagram and freaking Twitter, and I'm like,
Yeah, oh yeah. If I would have had this
do?
back in the 80s, oh, that'd be great.
Oh, forget
This
it.
would have been great back in the day. Save a whole lot of paper.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more forests standing.
A lot more trees, man.
Oh man, it's crazy. Can you imagine that though? Imagine if this was around in the days, but it would probably be different. Like Sunset Strip might not have happened the way it did.
Well, it would have been oversaturated, and that's what this is what these devices do now. What it does is just separates you from humans, and you're able to handle everything all in this device to where you don't need to be touching anyone. You can just rub it out on the screen. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't need a girlfriend when I have a shitload of them on my phone. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and you just got to pay that monthly rub out app, you know? Why date, why Christian Mingle, or any of the .com dating sites there was nothing Christian about shit like that. It was just a business of pimping out Christians, it's like you know what I mean? It's like just another way of pimping. I guess God might just had to move forward, It used to be satellites. Now it's on the phone, It's a satellite phone connection to anywhere now. And, you see so much now. It's crazy. So, yeah, the phone just seems to create more frustration, anxiety, just instant shock.
How about, like, when your phone rings, do you look at it and be like, really? Like somebody's actually calling?
Well, you know what? Let me just be honest with you. I don't like my phone ringing. So the only people that have my phone are really close friends or my family. And then these fucking stalkers that end up with my phone number, I don't know where they get it. And I'll get that weird occasional middle of the night call, somebody in the background making sounds or making fun of the name. It's really bizarre. So so that's why I don't like the ringer on it, in case something, weird. At least you look, oh, that's my son. Hey, but what's going on, big guy? All that. But other than that, I like my phone quiet. And then, but I do like to talk to people on the phone. That's for sure. I rather do that sometimes because a lot of people don't talk to you. They just don't. They're like, oh, hey, well, I can't talk right now. Go fuck yourself,
Or they send you a quick text message.
Yeah, those Insta message with a nice smiley heart suspended and some little animations. And basically, fuck you, here you go. Just kind of push this how you like it. Here you go. Go away. Or, something back.
Yeah, right. And you're waiting. Look, the motherfucker read it, but then he sent me nothing back.
Yeah. I know he did. I know he got this. There's just so much for you to to be able to attend, just to be in this day and age, and you can't just write it down anymore. You know what I mean? I just did that today with a gardener. I actually didn't have my phone on me, and I'm like, fuck, now I feel stupid. The gardener has a phone. I don't have my phone on me, And the first thing I saw on top of the piano was a piece of bright white paper and a nice fluorescent color blue pen sitting there going, you can write it right here. And that's exactly how I did it today. So that was very pleasant to do. Well, you're interacting with someone. He's writing it down like a normal person, and sitting there, looking at the screen with your neck down, looking at the ground like they want everyone to do in the world. Stare at the fucking ground. Walk around staring at the ground. You know what I mean? Look at everyone. Just like everyone's neck is positioned to submission. Fuck all that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of funny because every day, like when I walk into my house at home, my wife will she'll put like something in the window or something to hang something up or put something outside, some type of decoration or something. And she'll be like,
sure.
Did you see what I did? And I'm just like, no. What did you do? She's like, you walked right by.
You're not looking.
No, exactly. I said,
Yeah.
I walk with my head
We
down.
all do that. We all do that. I do that too. I walked right by my keys today twice, and I was bitching about I couldn't find the key. So, it's just really, what's attention? But a lot of the times we're too busy looking into the ground. How many videos have I seen of people landing in a fucking pool while they were on the phone? Or falling into manholes, or getting hit by a car. I saw a woman, swear to God, the worst thing I've ever seen. An old woman at a train station looking down on the ground, walked by, and I saw her, and her body was hit so hard that it went right by the fucking camera. I mean, like, phew, it was that quick. It was incredible. Why? Staring to the ground. You know what I mean? Like something attracting us. I mean, is it the magnetic field? Yeah, okay, we know there's a magnet down there. So what is attracting everyone just to look to the ground all the time? You know what I mean? It's amazing how that works. You don't see people, well, unless you see some balloon or something in the sky, somebody like, jump, Hey, look. You got a jumper on the 10th floor. Look. That happened to me in Hollywood. We were eating right on the corner of Vine and Hollywood Boulevard. And this taco stand that was right next to Pantages. It's the size of a bathroom, man. This taco stand. I'm sitting there with Lizzie Gray, and we're having some burritos. All of a sudden, boom, a body just lands in front of us on the outside of the window as we're eating.
Oh, my God.
And it was a woman that had jumped from the 10th floor from there, and she was a homeless lady. And I've never heard a body land like that actually on a Hollywood star. So, but it was just some homeless woman that just said, fuck it, Right, and you still got to go down to the ground. So, Anyway, that's Hollywood.
It wasn't Donald Trump's star, was it? It wasn't Trump's star, was it?
That happened a lot. What was that?
It wasn't Donald Trump's star, was it?
No, that's not on the same spot. It's on a different spot. This is on Vine and Hollywood Boulevard, right at that corner of that big building right there. Those are really old buildings, and it's easy access. You can get in an elevator, go all the way to the roof, and then say, fuck it, A lot of people did it.
Speaking of Lizzie Gray, have you talked to him at all lately, or?
Last time I talked to Lizzie Gray was a few years back. I don't know, let's say about 9 years ago, 8 years ago.
Wow.
And we were doing we were going to do some sort of a reunion, 20th year, 20 years apparently. That's the number that we're shooting for doing it. And we got it all to the point where it was put together by Tim, his drummer from his band Spiders and Snakes, who was also a London drummer. And we did a couple of rehearsals. It was almost like we never really separated. We knew, we know where we were going and as far as playing together in a rehearsal.
Sure.
And then 3 days before the gig, he decided he didn't want to do it.
Wow.
And then after that, I don't know what happened. And then the night before, I get a call saying, "Oh, he wants to do it." And I say, I just basically said, "I'm not doing it." It's just, I changed all of my plans, everything, and all that, and I made an arrangement. I had people come in, flying in, everything, and then it just didn't happen. And then at the last minute, for that decision to happen was not, it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's too. And then I had to change everything. You know what I mean? After the fact, and that wasn't like I being a dick. It was more like he changed it. I was okay, fine, fuck it, and then I told everyone, and then everyone changed their plans, and then all of a sudden the day before it's like, he wants to do it. Well, no, so, but then, I think that because he was ill also, I think maybe, I don't know if he was, feeling up to par at that time. I'm not being judgmental, so I don't hold it against him. He's very ill right now, so.
Yeah.
I love Lizzie, and, we did some great music together. Together we were very there was a chemistry that I only, basically had with him at that time for the songs that we worked on together, and it was magical. But no, I haven't talked to him in a while. I actually just got, Nonstop Rock out, and I, try to reach out to him, and he didn't respond to anything. He wants nothing to do with London. I think he's more focused on his health and his family, and also, he's got his band that Spiders and Snakes that play here and there, and that's their deal, and I respect every inch of it. So whatever happens with him, I wish him nothing but the best.
Have you ever heard any opinions that he might have had, or even a Nikki Sixx, where you've kept this thing going for all these years? And did you ever hear they can't believe London is still alive because of you?
From him, no. When we did the rehearsal, it wasn't that long ago. We did a couple of rehearsals together, and it wasn't that many years ago, and he knew what was going on. I kept the flag going because he didn't want it. He left in '87. He left right before Playa del Rock, and I was really bummed by that because I just, gotten done these demos with him, and we just gotten all this money to do these records and all that on our own, and he decided that he wanted to go do his own thing. And that to me was, to be honest, it was very disappointing because I wanted to take it more. I wanted to go more with it. We had a mix of songs that we could keep going. We were hard rock. He wasn't hard rock when I joined the band. We were playing Radio Stars, LA Jets, songs that were not where I was at. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I did it because that's what London was doing, and and I was also fresh and full of energy. So I was like, let's do whatever. Fuck it. I'll add my own thing to it. You know what I mean? I don't have to sit on this level. I can always add my little screams here, and I can put my thing here. And I was hard heavy metal. I was not like a pop guy, or I wasn't trying to be Leif Garrett, or I wasn't trying to be, Prince or whoever it was at the time. I just wanted to be a really big screamer. I wanted to have the highest I can go and hit that note and do all that, and I was just experimenting with my voice, so it was a lot of fun working with him in that sense, because I was taking him out of his fucking T-Rex shit, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go harder, and you're going to go harder, because that's where it's at right now. You could look around. It wasn't even a trend thing, because metal wasn't even big at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we were in the right field, right? We were headed the right direction. It was just more like keeping him in there. And you can tell by the playing on I don't know, No Tell Motel. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Songs like No Tell Motel for me were like, oh yeah, that's where we want to go. And I don't think that's what he wanted. You know what I mean? I don't think that he wanted to go that heavy, and then we go into Don't Cry Wolf, and that's more drop the bomb and shit.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so in other words, Don't Cry Wolf was really a huge, you really kind of took control and made the band heavier. Then it sounds like.
Well, it was where we needed to go, because that's what was happening. We weren't about. Look, I'll give you a good example. I'm not going to give them as my example for driving me there. I think that what drove me there, when I heard Black Sabbath, and then I heard Judas Priest, and then all of a sudden I found this thing in my head, and then Lizzie was the right guy for it. You know what I mean? He had tried 3 different singers. He had great guys in it. Like Nigel Benjamin and all these other guys, Michael White, what's his name? Or, So for me, it was like, one of those things where this guy is going to fit right in. Things were going good, all that to that point. And then I think that maybe when we went in and got involved in doing the demos for another album where we did like all the young dudes, and just things that it was not me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do Mata Hoople. I'm not fucking, you had the guy that was singing with Mott. You know what I mean? You already did this. You had, what's come down, Ward, Wardy Ward, a guy, the English cat, great singer, just outstanding, showman and all that. It didn't last very long with them. So I was the guy that was going to come in and stir it up and go, oh, no, we're going to go, because my voice needs to go this way. And I was trying to do the pop thing, and it wasn't, it wasn't where my register was at,
But
it wasn't
so then
working towards my influences.
So then with Play It Out Rock, when he left before that, was that like that blows me away? I mean, that's what you guys worked for so hard and busted your ass to get that deal, and you got it, and then he leaves. It doesn't make sense.
Well, he left. Listen, though, he left before Play It Out Rock, and I had brought in, a whole different take into his thing, and I think that he felt that I took control maybe of. Because, nothing was happening. You got to look at it this way. London didn't have a record deal at all at any time whatsoever until I walked in the first year I landed in the band. You know what I mean?
Right.
1985 with Shrapnel Records. Boom, right away. There you go. Either this record deal or nothing. What are we doing? Let's take it. And we did. If not, we would have said, oh, no, well, there was no real money. There was nothing. It was a record. We needed a record.
Right.
Nice. And here you go. $8,000. Go for it. It was that or nothing. And then, we ended up with support for our next album, Don't Cry Wolf. We had a lot more money available. And, I ended up with Kim Fowley, And Kim Fowley, introduced us to David Carr, the amazing keyboard player, and started recording at Prince's studio, Track Record, and ended up brought Gene Marrow, who worked with Gene Marrow's, rest in peace, both of them. Gene Marrow's worked as an assistant on Fair Warning. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he ended up doing our stuff, and that's how you end up with a big fat bass and sound out of Don't Cry Wolf. That was Gene Marrow. That was his take on it.
How was it with Kim Foley? What was it like with him being around?
Kim Foley was interesting working with him. He really did very little. He got $30,000 cash in a paper bag, and he got to eat as much as he wanted. And he was, he was interesting because the arrangements, we did all the arrangements. We wrote all the songs. I think that what was more with Kim was he brought in a vibe of his own to the room.
Right.
And then, guys, that came in, like him, like let's bring in the keyboard player that you hear playing on the airplanes with the Fairlight. Fairlight back in the day was, very expensive to have. George Lucas was using it in the movies. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like you could just get that. It was not cheap to have, and so things like that were coming into the record, we were using them as tools to get a take, with the Wolf sound, and you hear it, all that tearing up and all that. It was really cool to do and all that. But in a production value, it was the band. That was the band raw. You know what I mean? That the idea was to try to keep us sober enough to get these tracks done before, like, say, Waylon, didn't take another hit or, blow or whatever at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
I ended up doing, demos for Don't Cry Wolf because our drummer was all fucked up and passed out. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of things that happened. So all these things, you go back and you think about these things, and it's just a miracle that that we were able to deliver all, with all control and sanity at the end of it all, because what really counted was the master. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, wow. and the production value. When you're gonna get criticized, I mean, I got criticized for every single thing that I've done, and to the most extreme, and I can give a shit. You know what I mean? We had to live it, and we enjoyed it, and I wouldn't change anything for the world.
How about the metal years? You get criticized for that as well?
The what?
The metal years?
You know what? Well, people that hate you just for hating you and never met you, they do criticize you. They're brutal. We get that on video a lot. We get it on our postings on social media, let's say like with YouTubers and stuff like that, where, oh my God, the band blows, they suck. No wonder Nikki laughed. Oh, I know all the quotes. I mean, I've heard it.
You know all the quotes.
We heard everything. I personally enjoy it all. I absorb it. What I do with that kind of shit is this energy that I get out of it. I'm more absorbent to the kryptonite. It doesn't do anything to my life that changes anything, because it's just someone in a computer jerking off, rubbing off on the internet, and then they just kind of go to you and go, and you blow dick too. That's the way I see it, and I enjoy it because they took the time to go in there and look at my video, because they'll look through it. They'll look at the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
I know they do. I know, motherfuckers, you do.
They're watching it, and then they're clicking on other ones. They're doing the whole circuit.
They're still criticizing. Look, I'm in my age right now, and to this day, people go out of their way to send private messages to my girl, letting them know that I stood with women and hugged women and did things and took pictures, and there was 4 of them when there were actually 8 of them. But who's counting? But people that were sitting with you at that table, getting autographs with you, they're the ones that were doing it. We find things out, and it's just funny that people go out of the way to go through all that shit just to get a little reaction, a little insignificant me in London. Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny. It's
it is
50+ people,
crazy.
Years old, man.
People are
I affect
crazy.
people, I guess. I really don't know a whole lot of these people, so I don't know how I can create that switch to people to react like that when if they've met me in person. I think that we'll probably have a different aspect of things.
It's the lovely internet and people. You gotta love it.
Yeah, right. Well, they have a lot of time on their hands. If you see, there are hundreds of people posting just on all these pages of music that have relation to our genre or year or MTV or the VH1 videos that we have and all that stuff. So it's like some people leave amazing messages, So I just love it all. It's all part of it. Getting it.
Unless you're getting that hate stuff, you're not doing it right.
What was that?
Unless you're not getting that hate mail or hate messages, you're not doing it right.
Yeah. Well, no, because if you're not, if they're not taking the time to bag you, then you're not good enough to be bagged on. I say fuck them all. You're all 8 years older than me, so you bitches don't like it. So y'all can fuck yourselves. I don't care. I'm cool. I'm at the beach. Where are you?
They're somewhere in the country freezing their ass off, probably.
Oh man, I'm not that kind of person. I can't do it. Not gonna do it.
Dude, it was like -10 here this morning.
Oh, no, dude, you guys, my respects, man. That's why everyone goes to Arizona from the East Coast. You know what I mean? It's where are you guys from? Oh, we're from New York. Philly. They go, what are you? Yeah. You're in fucking 126 degrees and shit.
Crazy.
Well, you know, we just talked to someone out of New Jersey. You're in New Jersey. We just met up at the NAMM show with a great company that you guys should check out. It's local. And it's a guitar company who's going to be building in London custom Hollywood-style guitar. And we just kind of bumped into these guys talking to another amplify company that we're talking to, Harry Joyce out of Florida. But this company in New Jersey is called Sola Guitars. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
No.
And these guys are like the Rolls Royce of custom guitars. You should check them out. But they're out of New Jersey, and a guy named Anthony runs the company, and he's great. Everyone should check him out. We just met them at NAMM, and they had amazing guitars, and they build amazing airbrushing. It's just all their manufacturing quality is it's up to spec, and it's just a little more bumped up than normal, and we like that. Yes, sir.
Well, speaking of a little bumped up, new album, Call That Girl.
Yes, that's it.
It's finally
the beginning. Everyone's asking about that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. So, yeah, I am liking it, and I was caught a little off guard. So you were asking me the other day, like when we were messaging back and forth, you were trying to get me to say like what my thoughts were, and I didn't want to like go all into it and just like
right.
Fresh for now. So like when I first started listening, I was like, all right, like this is a whole different kind of direction now. We're going back, like we're going poppy again. Like I was a little taken back the first few songs.
Right, the opposite of what I just said.
Right. I was thinking Lizzie was back in the band for a second.
Yeah, for a minute. You know, these are songs that were sitting in my pocket when I ended up with my bags in Flagstaff, Arizona, after an implosion of London Playa del Rock tour in the United States. And these songs came after I literally moved to Phoenix, man, and ended up on the floor at a friend's house. And then I ended up working with some local guys there where I put together some amazing, I thought for me at the time, were going to be the next album for London, and I didn't get to do that, you know what I mean? So I ended up pulling this out and had to do some things, and these saw the light, man, and that's you got at least 4 songs there from back then. You know, so we got Call That Girl is not one of them, but Desert Plains, where I fell in love with a rebel. We used to call it Desert Plains, but it's track 3. So it was really interesting putting to this album. It was I don't know usually do it like this, but very happy with the outcome.
Why so long? I mean, especially if you had them songs from then, why so long to finally put out new music?
I don't think I was ready to put out commercial songs like this. You know what I mean? If you noticed, like you said, it's a bit different and it sounds a little more like going back a bit. This is more what, just kind of came out of me at the time, because I knew we needed to come back with a Playa del Rock album, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like a follow-up to that, And I didn't expect to lose the record deal right after all this fucking nightmare that happened to us on tour, So there was just, songs that were there that I shot these songs on a demo format, and they were all not, not up to the time. So
right.
It wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. It would have been a mistake. I would have burned them, and it would have been a mistake on my part. So I think now is the time. This audience is so big and captive now with so many ways that the songs are getting more. Believe it, I'm getting a lot of attention from the album, and especially "Call That Girl" and "Far Away." I'm getting very good responses. But there's also other songs. But I'll let you ask me, because I know that you listened to some of it, and I don't know what you heard.
I heard all of it, but I mean, the thing is too, like you were saying, like I think as crazy as the music business is now, you now kind of also have that freedom to, it doesn't have to be a full album of, hard rock and metal tunes like was it Metal Nations, like that classic, like that Don't Cry Wolf sound London.
Well, that's just to show that we're still here.
Yeah.
I'm still there. I can still do all that I would like to do more of those. I like to do, more songs like that, but I think that, like, it's not to knock anything. This is just something that was way overdue.
Absolutely. And I mean, an album in general has been long overdue from you. I mean, honestly, but I'm glad I mean, it almost kind of sounds like you were kind of actually scared to kind of release some of that stuff.
Well, no, I think that what it was that I didn't want to come out to where I was going to make a big old change in the London sound and go super wimpy sounding or anything like that. My deal was that I learned that I had to do something that went more, towards nostalgia, but yet keeping it up real to what's going on right now. So these were these were right on for me. You know what I mean? So they worked out for me. So it's only a few of the songs, and it's only a couple of songs. So all the other ones are all new. So everything else, it's only Far Away and Give Me a Kiss and Desert Plains, or I Fell in Love with a Rebel, because it started as Desert Plains. Yeah, those are three. Those are the only ones.
Now, how about live? Like, are you playing a lot of the new stuff live when you guys play?
I just did at the Whiskey. I did it. We just played October 12th at the Whiskey, and we had great rehearsals, and we bring in a percussionist with us, who's a friend of ours, who's also playing 2 tracks of the album, the last 2. And Marco Savala, he comes in, and we try to add a little more to the live show. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we like it sonic, and we like it big, and that's how we roll. So we tried them, and we had a great time doing them. I was dying to sing them. I have not tried them live, so the Whiskey is the room to try them at, because it's almost really like a comfort zone for us. It's like being in your living room, And, jump up there and perform.
I was going to say, how about how do you feel now that like you guys are now like in the world of streaming and Spotify and stuff? I mean, that's a whole new world for you.
Well, I just started. I was not going to do it for a while. I was going to actually sit on it for a bit, but I decided that all the numbers, 2 and the 1, the 9 and the 1, and all my numbers. So I had, I didn't want to wait anymore. I needed to get on it, and it felt right. We released it on the 9th, I believe, or I don't know what. I believe it shows the 9th. But anyway, so it was all like timing for it. We had a little bit of a buzz prior, but people are digging on the digipacks. I don't know what's happening, but they're liking those.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm not on Frontiers. Right. I'm a virgin.
Not on Frontiers.
Well, we're ourselves. I'm an independent label. Vamps Worldwide Vision is my label. It's London. It's us. We protect us. You know what I mean? We look after us, because we don't know where us is getting reamed from. We find people selling crap in all parts of the world. I busted a guy in Italy selling my Don't Cry Wolf images on shirts. I go, where the fuck told you can do that? You know what I mean? You can't just do this, dude. People are just trying to, take your money, your hard-working money, to just steal it from you. They don't care. And in other parts, I don't even want to mention the countries, but there's others, selling CDs that are bootlegs, and every time I catch them, I shut it down, and I'll keep doing it, and I hope everyone's listening, because that's what I'm going to do for bootlegging anything of mine. I'm going after you.
It's kind of make you furious. Do you ever just sit there and do a search on eBay or something and be like, motherfucker, who is this and where did you get this and why are you selling this?
$90 Don't Cry Wolf, $40 ones, $50, $73, them bidding and all that. I'm like, really? Where's my hand job? Where's mine? Where do I get my rub out here? Where is it?
Oh, shit.
It's crazy, man, because they're all capitalizing. A lot of them are musicians. That's what gets me. That's what pisses me off. They know. We all know how hard it is.
Wow.
The industry. But anyway, the new social media is great. I love it. It's given us the freedom to reach out, to be able to go directly to the consumer, the buyer. And I don't know much about all of this as far as what's going on with the industry to this point, where apps are happening so much that it's like so much going on. It's
right.
For guys are from our period, it's either something that's more of a blessing, or it's more like, oh my God, dude, I don't know anything about this, and that's what's happening with a lot of bands. They're not jumping on it.
Do you think now though, take out of the mix like a Guns N' Roses or a Motley Crue, but pretty much every other band from from the era, if you guys you put a new album out, you're all on kind of the same playing field. It's not like it's going to be instant of these major sales. It's each one of you guys scratch and claw to get these sales or streams or whatever you got to do. And it's not like anybody's lighting the world on fire. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's on the same, they're coming out swinging the same way.
Yeah, in that sense, yes. I think that the upper hands on the bigger bands is the complete saturation of from that genre of the same thing. Meaning they have money to put in campaigns that another band may not be able to put. You see a guy, you open a page of a guy, and you're like 129,000 K, and I'm like looking at my measly ass 3,000. But an effective 3,000, by the way. And I'm like, who do I have to stroke? Do I have to buy my likes? I have to buy you your likes? Oh, yeah, me like you for $5. Me like you, give you $5 likes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you liked it a long time. No, dude, it's like I'm really, and then you're not good unless you have a shitload of, we like yous. Yes, let's have 1 million likes. So what happens is I saw a person liking me. He had I don't know how many hundreds of thousands on his page. Why are you liking me? At my 3,000.
That's 3,001.
Right. Am I moving up? Literally, why am I getting likes from people who have more people that I will ever have? I don't understand that, but I jump on it because if I linger like a herpy, then, they'll check out my record, and I do.
But you got to get those guys.
I did a lot of great Japanese love it. They hit me up for the record, and the Europe is really great. The United States is great. So it's I can't say much right now about Latin America because I do have sporadic from let's say Colombia, Chile, Argentina, in other countries they would like to probably buy who are in deplorable situations. And the last thing you know, let's get that London album.
Let's call that girl.
But anyway, we cover it all. But I think people are digging, the fact that they have that instant access from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's. I mean, honestly, I can tell you, like, being the 17, 18-year-old kid sitting in a movie theater in Center City, Philly, watching the Metal Years and seeing you guys on the movie screen, thinking to myself, these guys are the baddest motherfuckers. They're so awesome. And
they're
then
like, look at that drunk motherfucker out there. Look at him. They go, oh, my God, is that your dad? My children have not seen that. Do you know that?
Really?
And, and they're in their teens. I don't know how to hide that.
I don't know how to hide that.
But they're going to find it. I just don't say anything. They don't do searches on me. They're too busy having a real life.
Really?
You know what I mean?
So you wouldn't want to sit down with them at some point and watch that movie with them?
Oh, not with my daughters. I know. Because I know what's going to happen. They're going to just look around me and stare at me and go, really, Dad?
That would be awkward.
That's
where
you were at that point? Yeah, with the daughter and the granddaughter. No, I have a granddaughter to choose.
Oh, geez.
So my three girls would not be happy. All right, Mom was at the premiere. Grandma was at the premiere, and Mom was at the premiere. So they love, oh, my son. Oh, look. Oh, you look so beautiful up there. Big screen, Cinerama Dome, dude. Can you imagine? I walked out of a limo falling. You know what I mean? Like, into the red carpet, trying to walk up in vinyl clothing. And there's Johnny
your
Depp
mom and grandma
haircut with Nicolas Cage looking like a gay boy, right?
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. That's a hell of an experience.
Oh, yeah, my mom and grandma loved it, man. Being inside the Cinerama Dome, because it's a dome, so when you're in there, the seats laid back and they were comfy, and that big-ass rounded thing out there in the front. Oh, it was killer.
That's awesome. That is so freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So I think you need to, like,
I
write
was
a book.
in New York, I was at the Cat Club, and we were at the premiere. We were invited by Penelope Spheres for the premiere, and who's there? It's me, and there's David Mustaine, and a lot of the people from from different bands that were in the movie. But really, Mustaine was the one that I was talking to because we were outside smoking, and all of a sudden, I told the story before, but maybe you haven't heard it, but it was more like I was sitting down. All of a sudden, this guy comes up and he goes, "Hey, can you mind if he sits here?" And I said, "Oh, no, absolutely not." And he sits down, and I'm talking to this man for a while. And then, he walks away and all that. He had a bodyguard behind him the whole time. He goes, "Dude, do you know who you were sitting talking to?" I said, "No." He goes, "That was Malcolm Forbes." You were talking to Malcolm Forbes for a half hour. Hello. You know what I mean? I didn't know.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And so I walked out, and there he is. He had that motorcycle, that purple motorcycle. What?
What do you talk to him about?
It was killer, dude, at the Cat Club. It was killer. I mean, how many people can tell you that story? You know what I mean? That sent out, you sit down with a billionaire talking to you. What could have possibly been talking to him about? Listen, my ribs, my timer on my ribs. Hold on. I have a timer on my ribs.
Oh, man.
Let me turn it off. Oh, fuck it.
Well, don't ruin the ribs.
Yeah, man, it's great. It was fun in New York. I had a blast at that time. New York was so much fun back then.
How about the older albums? Are we going to get to hear them on Spotify eventually? You gonna bring them back
Which
to life?
one? Which one?
Nonstop Rock, Don't Cry Wolf.
Nonstop Rock, I am going to put it online, yes. But I just got it pressed, and I pressed CDs. So I'm peddling that right now, and people are wanting that. I know that online is great and all that, but I'm trying
to make a living over there.
Yeah, it's going to go up on there. Yeah, it will be. But right now, I just literally got Nonstop Rock, done, and after how many years and so much. And Mike Varney was very gracious with it about the artwork and all that, because he was the one that he's the one who holds the image right on that. So it's very cool for him to let me have it. You know what I mean?
That's cool. Good for you.
I mean, yeah.
So when will we get
the real deal? Everything's legit from all mass. What I did though, I did a digipack, and then inside I added the session pictures that were not there because literally, Fred Corey didn't play drums on the album.
Okay.
The drummer in that album is Bobby Marks. Bobby Marks was in Steeler. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And at the time he was playing, and he was my drummer at the time in 1985. He was the one who played the drums on that. And Fred Corey just, we needed a drummer. And I got Fred Corey when he didn't get the gig with Ozzy. Was it Ozzy or Dio? Yeah, one of the two. And he was 17 years old, so I ended up grabbing Fred Corey, Oh. And so I said, you want to be on a fucking album, bro? Come on.
And he ended up out here with all the guys from my neighborhood in Cinderella.
Right. So that's great. You know what I mean? It all worked out because we launched that boy. That's how he got on a. I mean, that's from Hollywood coming out with London's first album. It was pretty cool. I thought at the time, and anyone would have jumped just to get on the photo, and he didn't hesitate. So we appreciate that.
Nice. Hey, I need a copy of that. So when can I get a copy? When's this coming out?
Well, which one? Nonstop Rock is on eBay. Just go to the seller, the same seller. It's the one that's selling. Call that girl, Seahorse Mama there, and you can order from that seller.
So that's the legit seller. That's not the bootleg seller.
I don't control it from me. So that comes out of that eBay account only. It's the only place available. Anyone else selling it, it's not mine.
Okay.
This is coming out of my master recordings and stuff like that.
Now, how about, is there going to be any vinyl copies by chance?
Well, that's... I want some, yes. I do have Don't Cry Wolf on vinyl, and I do have Live on vinyl. Actually, people are asking for those too. And I do have those available.
I still have my original Don't Cry Wolf on vinyl.
What was that?
I still have my original Don't Cry Wolf on vinyl.
Yeah, keep that one. That's not coming back. That's not ever going to come back. What I did, I added on the inside. You don't have this version of this vinyl. So this version of the vinyl has other things inside. And an insert. But it's the same master, the same as what you have. It came out of the same plate, let's just say. Out of the same thing. The only difference was that I took and I removed Waylon and I removed Lizzie, and I left Brian back there and us, and I just imposed it a little more. And I put something on the inside that's very special, so you need to open it up to look at it because I can't explain it.
Now, how about you going to get these up on Spotify?
I did the live album. I did the live album with the lineup of Playa del Rock with Brian West, the guitar player at the time, Lewis, and Kreger and myself. And that photo was taken in Germany. And we shot that at, I believe it was at Ponchi Cats.
Okay.
in Lichtenberg, Germany. And, so yeah, it's a great album. It was engineered by Michael Wagner, and you all know him from Ozzy and Metallica and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a guest engineer, Roy Z. Ramirez, who also worked with Halford and Dickinson. He did a couple of mixes on the album for us. And so the live album is live. It's a live kick-ass album. You know, we did that in Nashville, Tennessee, live at 12th and Porter. And at the same time, we ended up playing at the Grand Ole Opry. London was the first heavy hard rock band to play at the Grand Ole Opry. So that was a fucking mind blower for us.
That's awesome.
You know? Yeah, because you go in there, man, and you got to be in there to just look at this kind of room. And the backstage area was just impressive as hell. Just, wow.
The history, yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, it was amazing in there. Just every single room. They have rooms with giant picks on the doors on the floor, and each pick has a number on it. We had the pick number 18 for the girls from country music, so I got the girls' room. Yeah. Oh, that room was fucking gaudy as hell. I was like, you can almost smell the couch here, boy. Look at this. Something's happening here. It was great. The most beautiful fucking place. Outstanding. Yeah, Tennessee has amazing places there.
You got to get that stuff on Spotify. You got to get all that stuff streaming.
You want it on there, huh? Yeah, we're gonna do it. I just, I just kind of dabbled a bit with it, and I had to kind of do a little research with it. I didn't know much about it. My worries are always my rights. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
That's what I worry about. Because I tend to think that everyone's just the small print starts sucking things out of your rights, and I don't. A lot of people don't read it, and it's a lot of things with the new media that kind of, third party shares and stuff like that. So I'm concerned about things like that. You know what I mean?
Well, you dipped your toes in with Call That Girl now, so I guess this was like the testing.
Yeah, well, we've been getting a great response from it. So I'm very happy with it. We're going to do, we're going to move on to doing the next, probably do Nonstop and Don't Cry Wolf. Cool.
Very cool. Yeah, we need all those like streaming. This way, like when I'm in my car or wherever the hell I go, I can crank you.
Is it easier? Is it like really that much better now? Because there's no CD players anymore.
No. I'll tell you, here's and my co-host is very quiet, Nick. He was on Spotify before me. Like I refused to do it. Like I went kicking and screaming. I didn't want to do it because I know, like, you guys get screwed. Like you don't make much money off of it. You know what I mean? Because you get whatever the pennies are, streams, whatever it breaks down to. So I was like, I don't want to do it. And then he's like, just trust me on this. Test it. Just test it out. It's the greatest fucking thing ever. It really is. For a music fan,
really,
it's the greatest thing. It really is. I mean,
you're that happy with it.
I am beyond happy. I listen to it like almost every minute I'm awake. I have it playing.
Really?
And it's because I mean, 1 minute I could be listening to.
So this is all Spotify. So Spotify for you is a good mechanism then.
It's great. It's great because it's on my phone and it's on my laptop, and my day is spent either on my laptop or in my car. So either one, I have it going at all times, and it's great. And 1 minute I can listen to London. The next minute I can be listening to Frank Sinatra. I can listen to the Beatles. I can listen to Motley Crue.
True.
Like, everything is at my fingertips.
Yes.
It's true. It's truly amazing. It's worth whatever it is, the $10-15 a month. It's well worth it.
Well, I'm gonna take your word for it because you obviously sound like a really happy customer.
I am. I just need the rest of the London catalog on there. I'll be even happier. So there you go.
I'm gonna work on that for you. Most definitely, you can bet on it. I'm
cool.
trying to, keep it as nostalgic as it can be. But, I guess it's going to get phased out. I don't think there's much time. But there has been a resurgence on vinyl for the last 4 years. I know that my Jack White from White Stripes, I don't know, let's say 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago maybe, he got into making vinyl out of Tennessee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he started cutting records out of there, and all of a sudden he was doing intense stuff like like vinyl records that start and from the opposite side of the record, or records that have the needle weaves. It doesn't have a straight play. It actually shifts around and moves around. They have all kinds of really neat things, and so I know that the vinyl has been going good for that, and I've been seeing it on retail a lot. At stores I've seen it. So I guess there's some sort of a niche market on there.
There definitely is. It's just so expensive now.
Yeah, it is. It's expensive to make the vinyl.
Yeah, it's like $30, $40 for an album.
Rainbow Records. You know that. I went back to the original pressing plan of Don't Cry Wolf and did this Don't Cry Wolf. Everything out of there.
Nice.
Same quality, same paper, same ink pressing machine. I went in there to watch, to make sure everything was the same, and everything was the same machines from back in the day, man. You know that they were doing the EMI Beatle catalogs when we were doing this pressing of this Don't Cry Wolf re-release.
Wow.
And, there was tons of boxes, just so many boxes. Rainbow Records in the valley, and the thing was that they were just going off the market. The machines were running 24 hours a day. They still do. They don't stop. They're just constantly moving, pressing records. People are buying them. They went from a few thousand to 10,000 a night. You know what I mean?
I bought an album the other day.
Yeah, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I know that's going to end. It's going to be a trend. Yeah. Kids discovered the needle, that this little thing that spins around, you can put the needle on it and it plays music.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable.
I
saw a thing on online, and this father, a rotary phone from back in the day, right? He put it on a little table, and he put a piece of paper, and he put a pen, and he goes, all right, two little boys, young men, American kids, 16, 14, around there, and he goes, make a phone call. They're looking at this thing first. They stare at it. They're looking at the phone, and they're looking at that circle, with those numbers on it. And they're trying to move it with both hands, trying to turn it, and couldn't figure out how to move it. So, and then they figured that they could pick up that thing, and then there's a dial tone. And then they couldn't figure out how to dial it. Eventually, they got that they had to spin it, let it go, and then it was amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy what this world has come to.
But we can run a phone like crazy, though, right? Like these phones,
Absolutely.
more complicated.
Yeah. Now you can answer your emails. You can send messages on Facebook. You can argue with people. You can listen to Spotify all at the same time and take a picture.
Yeah, you can order a bride online right now.
There you go.
Send me a full fucking crazy ass girl. Don't want the same one.
Oh man,
Take him back. All that.
Too funny. So, all right. So, where should we send everybody to get the album? Where should we actually send them to?
Like the availability of the album, my website is down. And really, I've been just promoting it mostly on Twitter, and it's basically available on Spotify, on Deezer, on Amazon Plus, on Google Plus, on Amazon, on iTunes, on also online on eBay at physical CD, and you can get all our official merchandise. And if it's not out of the eBay account, then with us there, then it's not an official merchandise. And if you get it from us, you're going to get quality and you're going to get the real deal.
Nice. I got to get some. I got to get me a London shirt and an album. I'm going to get that stuff.
Oh, well, you know what? We have shirts. The thing is with the shirts is that we have a limited amount of this pressing that we have of it. They're almost like American Apparel materials. It's pretty shrunk. It's very soft. We haven't posted it. It just depends the size. You would have to specify the size ahead of time and see if we have it available now. And I'm sure we can get it to you. If we don't have it, then you have to wait till it's ordered and then pressed. We haven't done all the merch. We're just slowly taking off with it. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. So, all right, before I let you go, what song should we play? Let's play a song.
All right. Well, what do you want to open up with? What do you think is a good opener for you? You want to go right to the album?
Take your pick. Take your pick.
All right.
What's your
let's
favorite
play Metal Nation.
I was going to say, did you want to do Metal Nations or did you want to go with one of the popular songs? It's up to you.
Yeah, let's try that.
All right, cool. Here we go.
Sounds like.
Hey, man, let's not wait 5 years to do this again.
No, let's not make it too long. There's going to be a lot more happening. I'm actually working on another album right now. I have most of it done for the next album, so I'm ready to go back and do it.
Good.
Yeah, we're moving forward. There'll be more things happening. Working on some other stuff, and I'm also going to be on the new Larry Flint movie coming out. It's an actual Larry Flint movie, not a movie with somebody pretending to be Larry Flint, but the Larry Flint movie. It was shot on Panavision, 35 millimeter, and also a lot of the great footage from back in the 70s when he ran for president, and a lot of intense stuff. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with the world. I'll be posting that as soon as I get the information on it. I know it's going to be going through some festivals first and all that. So that's going to be great. You got to check that out.
Absolutely. Well, man, it was great catching up with you.
Thank you so much.
I'm loving the album. And let's
Thank
talk
you,
again.
my brother.
Appreciate
it.
Absolutely.
Driven Entertainment rocks the fuck out of us. And we shall be back. And we'll hopefully see you in New Jersey real soon.
Hey, man, let's do it. Let's go get some good food.
Yeah, when you do a show down there. All right. Thank you so much.
Cool. You got it, man. Nadir. Take care, Nadir. It is.
Rock it.
Metal Nations from the new London album. Call that girl.
Turn that up.